Let us sing this one. When you get the hang of it, I ask you to join and sing with me. Joy is a part of me, no matter how I feel. Like the sun, it shines right behind the gloomy skies. Grounded, I'm replenished. Praises to the joy that lives in me. Joy is a part of me, no matter how I feel. Like the sun, it shines right behind the gloomy skies. Grounded, I'm replenished. Praises to the joy that lives in me. Once more. Joy is a part of me, no matter how I feel. Like the sun, it shines right behind the gloomy skies. Grounded, I'm replenished. Praises to the joy that lives in me. Grounded, I'm replenished. Praises to the joy that lives in me. Once more, grounded, I'm replenished. Praises to the joy that lives in me.
Thank you, Deidrey. Friends, if it's comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Just become aware of your breath. Relaxing just a little more deeply into this moment, knowing there's nothing you need to do, there's nothing you need to say. You can simply pause for this moment. And I invite you to shift your awareness inward into consciousness. And as you do so, imagine, if you will, an immense darkness. A darkness that goes out in each and every direction. But with a gentle breath and an exhalation, find that place of hope and faith. And with a gentle breath, find that hope and faith illuminates the darkness. And with a gentle breath, notice that here in consciousness, where there is light, because you are an individualized expression, and this divine spark of life is here, that in this place, in this center of your being, there is peace. There is peace. Without regard to the conflict and the angst, the animosity of playground planet Earth, here in the center of your being, there is hope and faith. There is the Christ and there is peace. And because there is peace, there is love. Love that cannot be taken away, that will not be taken away because of something that you think or do, that there is nothing that you can think or do, that you need to think or do to receive that love. That love is life, and it simply is unconditional. The greatest thing in all my life is love. And the ability to love all those things that I come in contact with, because everything is an individualized expression of God. And this is our joy. This is our truth. Divine light shines from within us, and that is our joy showing up in the world. We give our praises to the joy that lives in us. And so for just a moment, in the stillness and in the silence, we pause. We pause around these ideas of hope and faith and peace and love, of life. For this is our joy. In the stillness, in the silence. Joy is a part of me. Say that with me. Joy is a part of me. No matter how we are feeling in any given moment, as we sail through the universe on this giant rock of manifest love, no matter how we are feeling, joy is a part of us. And as we pause today in this season of Advent, we give praise to the joy that lives in me. Joy lives in me together. Joy lives in me. This we claim in the name and as the nature of the living Christ. This we claim with hope and faith, centered in our peace as the presence of love. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Joy is a part of me, no matter how I feel, like the the sun it shines right behind the gloomy skies. Grounded I'm replenished, praises to the joy that lives in me. Let's sing that once more. Joy is a part of me, no matter how I feel. Like the sun it shines right behind the gloomy skies. Grounded I'm replenished, praises to the joy that lives in me. And as we prepare for Rev Todd's message, let us sing, O come, Emmanuel.
To keep singing. Oh. We took all my walking around space. I don't know how I'm going to do this today. Oh, Emmanuel. God is with us. That's what it literally means. God is with us. God is with us. And so today, in our fourth Sunday of Advent, in this journey of the Christmas season, we're going to look at joy. Joy. Another one of those words that gets hijacked, joy. Joy is what happens when suddenly everything gets better. No, it's not. That's where we confuse that what is happening out here in the manifest world and playground planet Earth, that has to be just right so that I can be joyful. Just as peace is our responsibility, peace within is our responsibility in the midst of conflict, of chaos. Our responsibility is to rest, to be aware of Emmanuel, to know that God is present, and to be joyful in that. To be joyful. Right? Joy is what happens when we recognize God with us while things are still unfolding. While still things unfold. See, joy is that spiritual vitality that arises when we recognize, God is at work within us and among us before any circumstance resolves. Or appears to resolve. Or even looks the way we can go, I manifested that. Y'all ever do that? It's that time of year where I'm feeling so good about manifesting a parking spot. Right? You know what it's like. Or a green light, right? It now takes twice as long to leave Moorhead and to get to Havelock, right? Construction and passing all the shops there on 70. And the people that are joining us online that live in like really populated areas, they're laughing. They're like, really? Really? We spend that much time going to the grocery store every week. So, joy cannot be reduced to just being our reaction to improvement. Joy is the refusal to let the circumstances of life steal our capacity to be alive. I read this week and I had to go and do, y'all are so welcome that I don't take you on all the little rabbit trails that show up in my life as this all unfolds. But I read that joy is a spiritual act of resistance. The refusal to surrender our aliveness, our hope, our participation in the unfolding good that God has in divine mind for us, even when the rest of the world insists on despair. Our good is calling to us, and our joy is grounded in being present to the unfolding activity of life, of love, of unlimited good and unconditional love in our lives. And so joy, to be clear, is not about denial or distraction, and it's not about cheerfulness, right? Anybody know any of those people that are just overly cheerful during the holidays? And you want to roll your eyes? When I worked in retail, my store was always a respite from forced frivolity, and I refused to play Christmas carols. Some people would thank me. Other people thought that I was a monster. Because you know what? I had not evolved to the place where I could appreciate them. Because, I was allowing those Christmas carols to steal my joy. You're not going to make me be happy. Joy is our activity of staying alive to the presence and the possibility that is God unfolding. even when the world yet has not changed. Even when the world has not done any transformation that you can see or experience. Joy is being alive and aware that divine life is present and is still arriving. Does that make sense? Still present and still arriving. And I think that I think that this is why we use the story of the birth of a child. Because life is present and it's messy and there's conflict and a baby is coming and people say yes and they stand in joy in spite of everything that's happening in the world around them. In spite of the inner doubts, the inner conflicts, the outer conflicts, the name calling, oh, she's not married. The doubts of, do I take this woman? Yes, you do. I mean, there are all these things. And then what happens? And an angel shows up and said, oh, be not afraid. I'm bringing you good tidings of great joy. In spite of everything that you have think might be bad, what the appearances are, what you are afraid of, let all that go, because there is joy right here and right now, because you are alive and life continues. And as I said before we even went into meditation, that I am aware right now that this season holds mixed realities for us. There are people not sitting in this sanctuary today, and I miss them. Except they are sitting in this sanctuary because they're here in our hearts. I mean, I was sitting here, and someone told me to go close that door. And I'll let y'all figure out who that was. We have anticipation. Like me, you might be feeling some exhaustion. But there's also love and there is longing. And sometimes we want to postpone our joy. Or maybe we feel guilty because we do feel joy, but we see that life is hard for others. There are times, making those calendars and those Christmas cards for people where I dismissed joy as unrealistic. How can you be joyful? There are people starving. There are places at war. There are people who are houseless. Still we rejoice is not denial. Still we rejoice is a spiritual stance. See, the joy of Advent, of this season, is not waiting for completion. Joy is about what rises up in the middle of our becoming. And all of us are in the midst of becoming. Becoming the Christ we are called to be. And so we're not going to pretend that we are going to be cheerful or use forced positivity. We're not going to ignore pain. And I'm not even going to pretend that everything's fine. Because here in the manifest world, everything's not fine. And there is an aliveness in me and an aliveness in you that we must recognize. Because we are called to participate in divine life. And by participating in divine life, it means that we are refusing to surrender the inner vitality. We are refusing to say no. Because our joy is proclaiming yes to the world. Yes to what we are called to become. Yes to what we are called to do, who we are called to be in this world. And we're on this Advent journey of opening to possibility because we have faith, because hope has root in our consciousness. And we are on this journey standing centered in peace in spite of what is around us in the world, the peace that is the Christ. Knowing that the greatest of these in love is love. Charlie gave us a wonderful message last week. So Charlie, thank you again for that. But the greatest of these is love, and we move into this place where we know that there is this place of love in us. And so joy animates that love to keep living, to keep loving, to keep creating. To continuously be in gestation of what we are becoming. This birth. We are present and we are alive when we focus on our joy. There is good news of great joy because a child is being born. It's not about that one little baby, right? We talk about the birth of Jesus and make a big to-do about it, but remember that Jesus is the perfect idea of man in the mind of God. And when the perfect idea of you is born into the world, there is great joy. The perfect idea of you is in the mind of God, waiting to come forth and be present. That is life entering the world. That is the individualized expression of the Christ, without all of the bushel baskets covering up the light that you are. To be present. And so we talk about this baby, Jesus. It's not about that one child. It's about the perfect idea of you coming into the world. I got introduced yesterday by Patty to a translation of a Hafiz poem. This is attributed to him. We are each holy infants taken from the womb of God. We are each holy infants taken from the womb of God. And so as we interpret this, we know that this is proclaiming divine life is continuously being born into the world. Continuously. With every breath, every decision we make, as we choose to live and be the presence of love, we are Christ being born into the world. And so Christmas, the experience, the gift giving, the Christmas carols in every store, the angels and the candy canes on the light posts, All of that is a reminder, oh, and we look at it and we go, oh, it's the birth of Jesus. But it's not just one birth all those years ago. This is the ongoing arrival of divine life in human form. In my life, I have had the joyful experience of holding a newborn baby twice. My sister and my nephew. And I can't think of any joy that I've experienced that surpasses that. New life. But I also know that in every moment that I overcome an idea of lack or limitation in my own life, in my own mind, that there is joy there. That is the divine life. That is the perfect idea of Todd in the mind of God, overcoming the lack and limitation that I might do what I am called to do in the world. That I might be in the process of becoming that which I believe I am called to become. And I think this is true for all of us. We've looked these previous weeks at where hope and faith and peace and love show up in our lives, and in these beautiful stories that we tell around the holiday season, around the Christmas season. And Mary's joy, like she has this song, and it is joyful before circumstances change. Joy is even present when she walks in and sees Elizabeth and the baby in Elizabeth's belly, John the Baptist, leaps for joy. Joy is there in the midst of the becoming. Right? And then Charlie last week reminded us of some of our favorite holiday stories. Ebenezer, his joy doesn't happen because his life improved. Right? His life improved because he re-enters relationship with people. Joy appears for Scrooge because he reconnects with his memory, his past. He accepts his responsibility, his present. And accepting responsibility, that's a very unity concept. And then he chooses differently his future. Ebenezer was exposing joy as a moral awakening. Still we rejoice because divine life calls us to awaken to become that which we are called to be. In joy, we also see in the stories that Charlie talked about that joy survives loss. Right? The Grinch had a simple idea. If I remove the stuff, I destroy the joy. Right? And what did the Who's do? They held hands and they sang because they were still joyful. The joy in this case is the resistance to scarcity. Our joy cannot be dependent upon what is taken. When they sing, those people, the Who's, They sing and they stay together. Their joy is showing up not as an explanation, but as a spiritual practice. Right? And the Grinch, his heart grows, as Charlie reminded us three times. His heart grows not because he got shamed, but because he got included. Because he was a part of community. Joy is not a loud triumph. It is quiet hospitality. It's not the result of everything going right. When I think about everything going right by whose opinion? Because when I see things going right in the world, some people would be like, what is going on? I just edited in my head. Right? Joy is what happens when we refuse to surrender our humanity because we know we are expressing and learning to express our divinity. We know that we attain peace in the midst of conflict. It steadies us. It allows us to be true to who we really are. And joy keeps us from becoming less human in the conflict. We rejoice. We rejoice. So, in these coming days of Christmas holidays and Christmas cheer and sadness and everything in between, I invite you to reflect on, where does joy feel risky to you? Where would you be ashamed to feel joyful right now because you are writing a story in your head that I can't be happy right now. I can't experience joy in this moment because of this, because of that. Someone's missing, or there are people at war. I know someone who's hungry. I couldn't afford to buy the gifts I wanted to buy this year. Whatever stories are being told, you are alive with the possibility of becoming. What greater reason could you have to experience joy than that? And as you're contemplating that, pay attention to where it feels safer to just be numb. And if you have this idea that it's safer to be numb, or if you're waiting for the appearances to be right, I want you to whisper to yourself, "Oh, Emmanuel. Oh, Emmanuel, God is with us. God is with me. God is with us because there is no separation. Ever. And we're not alone." Don't pretend like everything's fine. Be open. Remain open to life, no matter what the appearances are. Remain open to the activity of unconditional love in your life. Be open to the unfolding good that is God. And if you're stuck and you really don't know what to do, start laughing. Do you really need a reason to laugh? We don't. I mean, you can always text me and I'll text you back a really bad dad joke. But laugh without apology. In the face of anything that feels uncomfortable, in spite of being angry, when your peace is, you're feeling it's a little disrupted, laugh. Just laugh. And if people start staring at you, and they might, I want you to lock eyes with them. And I want you to go, very good, yay. We do that at the end of Laughter Club, or every time they laugh. Very good, yay. Because we are invited into loving one another without any guarantees. We are invited to step into this incredible playground and to create beauty where nothing feels finished. We are called to stay tender in a hardened world right now. Keep your heart open. Joy is alive. Still we rejoice. Not because everything or even anything is resolved, but because divine life is still being born in us, as us. And in everyone we meet, including those people that piss you off. And so with every breath, there is new life. And as every new life, as every breath enters into this manifest world, allow joy to rise. Not because the future is certain, but because something holy has begun. Still, in hope, in faith, in peace, in love, we rejoice. We rejoice. Merry Christmas, friends. I love you. Thanks for coming to hear what Spirit had to say today. Be well.
Thank you for your beautiful message, Rev Todd. Reminded me of this beautiful song I heard. I think we all know it. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through, always for you. Just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear and I've changed the words ever so slightly. Here we go. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. When you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile because you know tomorrow that you will see the sun come shining through, always for you. So light up your face with gladness and hide through every trace of sadness. Though a tear may be ever so near, that is the time when trust needs growing. Smile, it is your good unfolding. You'll find your joy inside worthwhile if you just smile. Can we see that smile? Smile. Come on, make it bigger. Smile.